which means that any organism with sufficient mass and cognitive capability is a potential vector. Is something wrong?
No, nothing.
Splendid, shall we?
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Unfortunately, my usefulness to this particular endeavor has come to an end. Protocol does not allow units with my classification to perform a task as important as the reunification of the index with the core. That final step is reserved for you, Reclaimer. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, really?
Cortana.
I've spent the last 12 hours cooped up in here watching you toady about, helping that thing get set to slit our throats.
Hold on now. He's a friend.
Oh, I didn't realize. He's your pal, is he? Your chum? Do you have any idea what that bastard almost made you do?
Yes. Activate Halo's defenses and destroy the Flood, which is why we brought the index to the control center.
You mean this?
A construct in the core? That is absolutely unacceptable.
Sod off!
What impertinence! I shall purge you at once!
You sure that's a good idea?
How dare you? Oh!
Do what? I have the index. You can just float and sputter.
Enough! The Flood is spreading. If we activate Halo's defenses, we can wipe them out.
You have no idea how this ring works, do you? Why the Forerunners built it? Halo doesn't kill Flood. It kills their food. Humans, Covenant, whatever. We're all equally edible. The only way to stop the Flood is to starve them to death. And that's exactly what Halo is designed to do. Wipe the galaxy clean of all sentient life. You don't believe me? Ask him.
Is it true?
More or less. Technically, this installation's pulse has a maximum effective radius of 25,000 light years. But once the others follow suit, this galaxy will be quite devoid of life. Or at least any life with sufficient biomass to sustain the Flood. But you already knew that. I mean, how couldn't you?
Left out that little detail, did he?
We have followed outbreak containment procedure to the letter. You were with me each step of the way as we managed this crisis.
Chief, I'm picking up movement.
Why would you hesitate to do what you've already done?
We need to go, right now.
Last time you asked me, if it were my choice, would I do it? Having had considerable time to ponder your query, my answer has not changed. There is no choice. We must activate the ring.
Get us out of here.
If you are unwilling to help, I will simply find another. Still, I must have the index. Give your construct to me, or I will be forced to take her from you.
That's not going to happen.
So be it. Save his head. Dispose of the rest.
Look out! We can't let the monitor activate Halo. We have to stop him. We have to destroy Halo. According to my analysis of the available data, I believe the best course of action is somewhat risky. An explosion of sufficient size will help destabilize the ring, and will cut through a number of primary systems. We need to trigger a detonation on a large scale, however. A starship's fusion reactors going critical would do the job. I'm going to search what's left of the Covenant BattleNet and see if I can locate the Pillar of Autumn's crash site. If the ship's fusion reactors are still relatively intact, we can use them to destroy Halo.
Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Halo. So we have learned the unfortunate truth of what the Halo really does. Indeed, it is a weapon. It is a weapon on a galactic scale, causing mass death, destruction, and more death to all sentient life. It is designed to kill the Flood's food. Anyway, so we need to destroy this thing. We need to get back to the Pillar of Autumn and blow it up. But first, let's take care of these grunts. So we have been obviously betrayed, sort of, by Guilty Spark. Although, I mean, it's not, I'm like a Guilty Spark apologist or something. I mean, he just neglected to tell us, like, what Halo really does. But he also hinted at the fact that this has happened before in history at some point in time. And he continuously refers to the Master Chief as Reclaimer. And furthermore, he seems to feel that he's already met the Master Chief, like in some previous life or whatever. Because that one line he said before, he's, for example, he says, why would you hesitate to do what you've already done? But he also said,
Last time you asked me, if it were my choice, would I do it? Having had considerable time to ponder your query, my answer has not changed. There is no choice. We must activate the ring.
so implying that, like, what? When? What? Before when? What? So. He seems to be under the impression that Master Chief, perhaps because he's in his suit of armor, he looks like he's Forerunner. So, anyway, implying, of course, that at least in this timeline, according to Bungie, the Forerunners and humans are similar, or he mistakes him for being Forerunner. Anyway, now begins one of Halo's sort of backtracking levels.
Haven't located the crash site yet, but we need to buy some time in case the Monitor or his Sentinels find a way to activate Halo's final weapon without the Index. The machinery in these canyons are Halo's primary firing mechanisms. They consist of 3 phase pulse generators that amplify Halo's signal and allow it to fire deep into space. The power levels are enormous. I can't even begin to calculate the pulse's range. So, if we damage or destroy these generators, the Monitor will need to repair them before Halo can be used. That should buy us some time. I'm marking the location of the nearest pulse generator with a nav point. We need to move in and neutralize the device.
Okay, I think Guilty Spark mentioned something like this installation has a radius of about 25,000 light years or something. Of course, there are multiple of these Halo installations, so all of them firing at once should probably wipe out all life in the galaxy, all galaxy in the life and all that. Anyway, I went to the top there to grab that sniper rifle. But anyway, like I was saying, this level has caused many to accuse Bungie of kind of lazy level design, because really all you're doing is backtracking through a good chunk of the previous assault on the control room mission. Except at night. And except we'll be fighting more Covenant and Flood along the way. And I'm just wasting grenades here. Whatever, we'll just shotgun these people. We all die. Everybody dies. That stupid cliched line. Oh, we got 2 elites down there. Well, whatever. I guess I'll just make my way down this pyramid. The old-fashioned way, by walking, huh? Alright, there should be enemies down there. Maybe they haven't spawned in quite yet. I'm tempted to jump down, however, I think we're just gonna take it slow. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast, all that stuff. Alright, we need to go grab that banshee there and get to the top.
Wait, we should commandeer one of those banshees. We'll need it to reach the pulse generator in time.
Yes, that's just what I said. Gosh dang it, Cortana, don't be interrupting me. This is why I brought the sniper rifle. Ah, I'm sucking. Alright, we got a gold elite down there. He's a wily one, he is. Yo, come on, seriously? Now we're out of ammo. Let's get this guy. Come on. Step on out. I have something special for you. Oh, I missed. There we go. Got him. And got him. Shucks. Oh, phooey. That darn wraith got me. Alright, let's try again.
Wait, we should commandeer one of those banshees. We'll need it to reach the pulse generator in time.
Yeah, that grenade throw is a bit short. Alright, let's get these elites. Boom, headshot. You can have shotgun. There he is. Come on! Ah. I believe the sniper rifle here works by hit scan, so eventually whatever you put the crosshair over and fire, it's going to hit exactly there. Alright, we are out of sniper rifle ammo. Amola. We need a new weapon. And we also need our shields to recharge, and we need some health. Luckily there's health right over here, and there is new weapon. I call it rocket launcher. I call it Vera. Okay, let's get this wraith. Got it. Okay. Take care of the rest of them, and then jump in the Banshee. Have a rocket, and I missed. Missed with a rocket. You missed! How could you miss? He was 3 feet in front of you! Said Mushu to Mulan, right when she was about to kill, what's his name?
Let's get moving. The nav point marks our target.
When he was about to kill Shan Yu. There it is. Shoot him until he dies. There we go. Got him with a Banshee bomb, which is apparently what their green fuel rod guns are known as. Colloquially, Banshee bombs. Never called them that when I was playing Halo way back in the day.
That's the pulse gen. The center core is the signal amplifier. That's what we need to shut down. We need to interrupt the pulse generator's energy stream. I've adjusted your shield system so that it will deliver an EMP burst to disrupt the generator, but you'll need to walk into the beam to trigger it. The EMP blast should neutralize the generator, but it will also drain your shields and leave you vulnerable until they recharge.
So you want us to step into that? Doesn't look particularly safe.
Objective accomplished. The pulse generator has overloaded. Scanning. The generator's central core is offline. Well done.
I swear to God, she says something else if you kind of hesitate to step inside it. Something like, go ahead, step inside, it's perfectly alright, or something like that. She tries to reassure you.
The pulse generator has overloaded. Scanning. The generator's central core is offline. Well done.
Yeah, breaking stuff to look tough.
The second pulse generator is located in the adjacent canyon. Move out and I'll mark the target with a nav point when we get closer.
Naturally, these fellows come out of here. Okay, so we need to land on this bridge and head back with the way we came originally.
Head through that door. That's the way to the next canyon.
Yes, it's just the way we came. Now we just follow the arrows the opposite way. Or go the opposite way of the arrows. Really? There we go. Now he's dead. Bet he would have died quicker if I had my tactical throwing knife. The enemy cannot push a button if you disable his hand. We are running low on shotgun shells. Oh, I hear Flood. Surprise, surprise. They really are all over this ring, aren't they? Elevate rocket. Dang it, I just blew myself up with a rocket. In some ways, I'd say this is probably the second or third longest level of the game, simply by the sheer amount of enemies of different varieties you face. We've got the Flood, we've got the Covenant, and you're caught in the middle of several firefights in this particular mission. Got him. Oh, no, we didn't. Oh my god. There we go. That got him. Basically, no sold my rocket. Not him, though. There we go. I want a plasma rifle, not an assault rifle. Hey, that was very fortuitous of them to have thrown a grenade at me just there. Maybe I'll let this jackal suffer and die at the hands of the infection forms. Alright, we got the bridges of death here. Hate these bridges. Here come the Flood. Yep, there's whole bunches of them in here. There's just gobs of them, just gobs. And they're shooting me, and they're not being very nice, and they're eating me. They're eating her! And then they're going to eat me! Oh my god! Have a grenade. Have a shotgun. Have more shotgun. Don't worry, the Flood cannot beat me. I have super sneaky tactical Master Chief skills. Trained in the U.S. Navy Forces of Special Reconnaissance, specialness of specially special tactical dudeness. Now, I've constantly mentioned throughout this Let's Play, I've kind of the funny, futuristic version of the military that this game has. Like, you know, enlisted people are frequently addressed as Sir. Yet, I believe they do use the United States ranking system. For example, Master Chief, right? But also for the officers as well. Like, the rank structure is the same for the officers, including the rank insignia, which we'll see in later games. But it is a little bit strange in a way. Also, I think many of Master Chief's, or not Master Chief, Captain Keyes' ribbons on his uniform are genuine ribbons. For example, he has the Medal of Honor ribbon. It's that blue one with the stars on it. Captain Keyes is a war hero. He's in fact a very brilliant naval tactician. Back in his day, he made a maneuver, came up with a maneuver called the Keyes Loop. And again, I have to reread The Fall of Reach and refamiliarize myself with the whole background of that lore, which I really need to do before I play Halo Reach. Who's shooting at me? Anyway, the best I can really figure is that this game is like some weird sci-fi fantasy version of the military. Primarily the US military, but also almost like this mix of this kind of fantastical vision of what people think the military was like. It's kind of like how in you know, being heavily based on like Aliens and Starship Troopers and all that, you know, anyone with a mildly short haircut is like, ooh, yeah, looks like the military. And in reality, like, no, that's not nearly short enough for the military. The hair is still out of regulation and the uniforms look like crap, and just the way they carry themselves and the fact that they act like a bunch of undisciplined hooligans. Like, no, this is like what we thought the military was like in the 1980s or something, or the 70s. Everyone runs around and makes tactical looking poses, and ooh, they're super tactical guys, you know. Yeah, along with the silly, you know, kind of military music, marching band type music. Yep, and they use tactical words like black op and special forces, and ooh, that's so military, you know? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, again, just look at the movie Aliens, right? So, supposedly these guys are playing Marines, you know, colonial Marines, but Marines nonetheless, and in his director's commentary, James Cameron mentioned, like, these are not Marines, these are more like regular Vietnam-era drafted Army grunts. Yeah, they're just a bunch of, like, undisciplined little yahoos, you know. Everyone runs around and screams and... And I guess a lot of it sort of stems from this image of like the macho 1980s action hero, kind of put down by the likes of, you know, Stallone and Schwarzenegger with like, you know, Commando or Rambo or Predator or whatever, you know. Or everyone in the military, it like had to be like in some elite super tactical unit like the Special Forces or whatever. You know, the Green Berets were really having a big heyday back then. And kind of in the 2000s and kind of into the 2010s, it was like the Navy SEALs, so. But, you know, if you weren't like special ops of some sort, then you weren't tactical enough, you know. But, you know, everyone is like this big hulking bodybuilder, and they're all like tough and macho and yada yada yada, and so. And then if you see those guys in real life, they're like, oh, you're not like 6'2", you know, and a billion pounds of just raw muscle and so whatever, you know. So, yeah, you don't look like some Austrian bodybuilder, yeah. So, no, special ops people don't all look like that. Don't get me wrong, they are extremely fit, but some of the good ones, though, are they're actually very lithe, as in, like, they have very, very toned muscle. And oftentimes they can be, you know, it depends on the body type, but some of them are very small and very agile. They're more like gymnasts in a way, in terms of just their muscle tonedness. They are very strong, but they have a crazy good amount of endurance. They're very determined. Yeah, they're very fit. So, but they're not big, hulking, massive bodybuilder types. Because the reality, I believe, is that a lot of these, yep, here come the flood. A lot of the special ops types, in reality, most of what they do, based on, you know, from what I've learned from people who actually have been in special ops, is that a lot of what, like, you know, Green Berets or Navy SEALs or Recon Marines or Force Recon or whatever, a lot of what they do, the vast majority of the time, is they're not getting into big gunfights and they're not kicking in doors and taking out Bin Laden or whatever. They're doing reconnaissance. And essentially they're, you know, they're sneaking their way in, sitting on a hilltop, looking, you know, down at an enemy encampment, and they're counting things like, oh, they have roughly this many people and this many vehicles and this many tanks or helicopters or whatever, you know, and they sneak in, they gather data and intel and images and all that, pictures and whatnot. And just so, you know, knowing is half the battle. So they gather intelligence and then they sneak back out and nobody really even knows that they were ever there. That's primarily what a lot of these units do. It's not really all that sexy. And that's just kind of the reality of it. So, yes, I mean, there are times when they go and kick in a door and take out a high-value target, right? Like SEAL Team 6 did with Bin Laden. So yes, that does happen, you know. And furthermore, there really isn't any best special ops unit. They all kind of specialize in something slightly different, although I think there is a fair amount of overlap in some of their skills. For example, like the Army Special Forces, right? A lot of the Special Forces teams or Special Forces groups are oriented towards a particular area of responsibility, and they will need to know like the language, the culture of that area, because a lot of what Special Forces does is the training of indigenous troops. So they'll go in, you know, and teach like, you know, another country's freedom fighters, so to speak, how to overthrow their corrupt government or whatever. So that's what they'll do. So, you know, some Special Forces teams are, you know, like oriented towards South America, others towards the Middle East, others towards, you know, Southeast Asia or whatever, you know, depending on the Special Forces group. Now, can Special Forces do like the sneaky tactical missions and do the recon and stuff? Yes, of course they can, you know. Can they do the cool like parachute insertions and all that? Yes, they can, you know.
Okay, let's take care of the next pulse generator.
Can they do a, you know, like sneaky, like waterborne insertion, you know, like from a ship or whatever, like the Navy SEALs would do, yes. You know, they can do a frogmen type mission. So they probably do have some of those skills. Although in reality, you probably want to ask the Navy SEALs to do that because that's what they specialize in. Navy SEALs specialize in special operations from a maritime aspect, if you will. And that's pretty much all I'll say. You know, I'm not some expert. You know, I was never in special ops or anything, or special forces or whatever. But that's my very basic understanding of them. Each one has a slightly different purview, something they're skilled at, although there is some overlap in a lot of their training and things that they can do. But anyway. Back to my kind of original point is that, you know, in the 1980s and somewhat in the 90s and kind of earlier, you know, we thought that anyone in the military had to be some super awesome bodybuilding special forces guy, you know. We have this kind of fantastical image of the military and the special forces, or special operations, I should say, and so I think in many ways Halo, at least the military as portrayed in Halo, operates on that kind of fantasy, if you will. Everyone's like super gung-ho and ooh-rah and get some and ooh, I'm special ops and really tactical dudes doing tactical things and yeah. Run around in tactical gear, make tactical looking poses and ooh, you know. Say, sir, yes, sir. Anyway. So that's my big long rant about our depiction of military special ops. At least as Hollywood and many video games see it. Then, probably thanks to Call of Duty in the early 2000s, that started to change our perception, or perhaps even brought it back to this fantasy, if you will. Anyway, let's talk about Halo. So, let's grab this Banshee, and let's deal with these Banshees that are attacking us. And then we'll move on to the next pulse generator. Where is he? Oh, we're in a turning fight here. Should have brought our A6M0. Another one. Sheesh. Well, thankfully, Master Chief just knows how to operate all these vehicles and all these different kinds of weapons. He's special, don't you know? You can drive a tank, you can drive a Ghost and a Warthog, and use every known weapon in the infantry, and fly Banshees, and operate all this Covenant technology and equipment. He's like our savior, our Lord and Savior, Master Chief. The only one who could ever really win this war. Alright, I want to take out this Wrath. And we're going to have to make strafing attacks against it, methinks. Oh, that got close. Alright, I really want to get rid of this Wraith because it's annoying me. There we go. One more shot. Oh, hunters. We'll take care of them too. Alright, got one. And got the other one. Okay, good. Now we can start moving on. Been fighting in this canyon for quite some time now. Run you over with my Banshee. We're getting low on health here, and this is becoming somewhat disconcerting. Well, he jumped right off. Thank you for killing yourself. You will be remembered. You will be greatly honored. Okay, I need a new vehicle, and we'll take this one. We'll just push it off the edge first. Follow it down, and then fly back up. Okay, pulse generator number 2. Ugh, good thing I got that guy. He almost shot me in the face with a rocket. Is there any health around here? I could certainly use the health.
Generator overloaded. One more to go.
Yeah, Cortana. Thank you. Your face overloaded. Dang it, you got me with a rocket. Come on. Come on, come on, come on.
That did it. The pulse generator overloaded. One more to go.
Yeesh. Look at all of them. Well, luckily there's this fresh banshee right here to provide for us.
I've located the Pillar of Autumn. She put down 1,200 kilometers upspin. Energy readings show her fusion reactors are still powered up. That tunnel leads to the next section of canyon. The final pulse generator we need to destroy is through there.
Okay, so we're going back down through these tunnels. Ooh, they got more rockets. Now, from my understanding, I'm watching some lore videos on just the way Halos are constructed, and these tunnels are essentially like service or maintenance tunnels, and they're part of the internal structure of each Halo. Although, because the natural land, as it were, Halo is basically, obviously, it's a ring, right? It's got kind of a honeycomb framework structure, and a bunch of, like, you know, large plates are laid down, and on top of these flat steel plates, or I don't know if they're steel, but on top of these flat plates, the land masses, you know, everything from like the trees and the grass and the dirt and the rocks and all that, the mountains, everything, all that's essentially like you might say like 3D printed onto the top of it. So in reality, because again, Halo is meant to provide a habitat for sentient life as well to study, but in a lot of places the landmass is not even that particularly deep. It's only like a couple of meters deep. So like these big, you know, rocky mountains and all that you see, they're not like actual mountains. They're just like a big texture that's been laid up on top of the structure of the Halo. So this big cavernous area got me with another rocket. This big cavernous area that we're moving through right now, this is part of the internal structure of the Halo. And the kind of the rock that you see that would make you think that this is a cavern is really not. It's just kind of superficial. It's just on the surface. Boy, it'll sure be fun when we get to the anniversary edition. We'll see the Flood in all their mutated glory. Just capping fools left and right here. Alright, take some health. And let's move on. We gotta open this door. Darn shame we don't have that tank that we left back here. Someone's moved it. Unfortunately, we cannot close that door either. got a bit of a two-way fight here going between the Covenant and the Flood. Take out that Banshee. It keeps harassing me. There we go. Okay, and the grunts have broken and they're running. We got Flood coming up there on the left. Alright, let's grab some ammo before we move on. Wow, we actually have full ammo on this plasma rifle. Okay, last stretch before we hit the last pulse generator. Battle up ahead between the Flood and the Covenant. It seems that we've got a couple of wraiths in our way. Pretty sure on the face of it, the Covenant technically have more firepower, and so usually they end up just winning if you let the battle play out. Which is also annoying, because it means you have to deal with the Covenant, not just the Flood. The Flood, given their fairly simplistic tactics of just rushing at you, are not that tough to beat. The Covenant, on the other hand, like to blow you up with wraiths, and artillery, and plasma weapons, and grenades, and all the other stuff that makes life not pleasant for the Master Chief. Oh boy, it's going to take me an awful long time to destroy all these wraiths if I just have the ghost here. What we need is a Javelin anti-tank missile. Or a Hellfire missile. An Apache gunship. Maybe I'll just make a run for the Banshees. Maybe I can jump into one real quickly and hightail it out of there. Flipped one. Come on. Let's get out of here. Ah, darn it. They got me. Okay, try again. Alright, gonna head back. Gonna get one of these, the spankers. Let's see if that helps us out in our quest to destroy Halo. Alright, I see an opening. I'm going in.
We're going in.
Oh, there's an invisible dude there. Well, whatever. Let's run and jump and get in, get in, get in. There we go. Alright, we're out of here. Okay, I'm not sticking around to fight all of them anyway. Yeah, it's just a whole lot of Covenant down there. There we go. Just throw a few desultory fuel rod gunshots down there and we'll be out of here. Oh, look, hunters have showed up as well. Alright. Let's just get on with it, shall we? Alright, and yep, some sentinels are coming out of this door, so let's deal with them. think that was the last of them. Lucky for us, because my Banshee was running awfully low on health, and I didn't want to die again. Let's grab a plasma rifle in place of our shotgun, because I know that when we enter the next chamber here, we're going to encounter these fellas, and these are sentinels with shields. So we are going to want plasma weaponry to take them down, and high explosives. Okay, I think that was all of them.
Final target neutralized. Let's get out of here.
Let's find a ride and get to the captain.
No, that'll take too long.
You have a better idea?
There's a teleportation grid that runs throughout Halo. That's how the monitor moves about so quickly. I learned how to tap into the grid when I was in the control center. Unfortunately, each jump requires a rather consequential expenditure of energy.
Something tells me I'm not gonna like this.
But I'm pretty sure I can pull it from your suit without permanently